Well, next we have Grammy Award-winning pianist and West Orange resident and director of jazz studies at William Paterson University, Bill Shar-Lap. He can be heard live in concert at the Smoke Jazz Club this weekend. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me here. I'm delighted to be here with both of you.
So, Bill, you're currently in the middle of this concert series that's happening now through Sunday night at Manhattan Smoke Jazz Club. How's it going so far, and what can audiences expect to hear?
Everything's going great. It's an intimate club. However, they've brought in what's called a concert grand piano, a 9-foot piano. It's the cream of the crop, the Cadillac of pianos, a Steinway piano, and it's a very beautiful, opulent, comfortable club in New York City on 106th Street and Broadway called Smoke, and I'm having a ball just playing the songs that I love.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Now, normally you are recognized for performing in a trio, but in this series you are performing solo. We have some video here of that trio right now. What are the major differences, and do you prefer one format over the other?
No, they're very different. It's just a different way of expressing yourself, different demands that are placed on the artist when you're playing solo or if you're playing trio. But all of the time, it's about telling a story and it's about listening. If not listening to the players that you're playing with, listening to the space around the music that tells you what to play next.
That's so interesting, and I love the intuitive nature of anything creative. And you, sir, you have actually won a Grammy Award in 2016 for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album for your recording with Tony Bennett. Can you tell us a little bit about that album and what it was like to work with Mr. Bennett?
Well, Tony Bennett was one of my best friends for many, many years. And of course, he was a genius interpreter of American popular song, an iconic figure in every way. Recording that record was a great pleasure and one of the nicest times I ever had in the recording studio. It was all Jerome Kern songs, and Jerome Kern is the angel at the top of the tree of American popular songwriters. All the great writers looked to Kern for what was possible. And one of the things that makes that record very special, besides, of course, working with Tony Bennett, was working with my trio, with Kenny Washington at the drums and Peter Washington at the bass, and also working with my wife, the great jazz pianist Renee Rosnes. We played two pianos with Bennett. Tony said to me, "Would you like it to be with the trio, or should we do it in duo with two pianos with Renee, or should we do it as a duet with just you and me?" And I said, let's do all three of them because it will give different orchestrations, different colors, and it will make it very unique, and it will still be familial and connected.
Wow, that really sounds incredible to have that experience with Tony Bennett. So you are also the director of jazz studies at William Paterson University. What is that experience like, and how does it affect your own performances?
Oh, it is paramount in my life. First of all, the Jazz Studies program at William Paterson University is one of the great jazz studies programs in the entire world and has been that way for 40 years. The people who came before me in my position were the great Thad Jones, the composer and orchestrator and cornetist, the great Rufus Reed, bass player, composer, the great James Williams, pianist and composer, and the great Mulgrew Miller. So I am in a wonderful tradition of incredible, iconic artists. But what makes the school so great are the students. We have some of the most talented, best and the brightest, directed and thoughtful and original and unique men and women, young men and women, who have their eyes on being artists in this field and are brilliantly talented. And it's a wonderful, nurturing, serious community. And the faculty that I work with, I can't say enough about, from Dr. David Dempsey, who's the coordinator of jazz studies, to all of the faculty I work with there who are simply the best in the world.
There is truly when something you love to be able to teach it is really a wonderful and unique and unique experience. Bill, where can we go to get tickets to your show and learn more about you, your work, your upcoming album?
Well, I wish I could tell you the exact URL, but I can tell you that it's Smoke Jazz Club. Now, you're calling it a series, but this is a run at a jazz club. It's an intimate situation. This is not a concert hall experience. It's much more like inviting you into my very opulent living room. However, this particular living room has a great chef, great food, a wonderful staff, a very romantic atmosphere, and a 9-foot concert D in perfect tune. So go to Smoke Jazz Club. Just I've heard of this thing called the interweb. I think if you go on there, you can figure out where Smoke Jazz Club
You'll
is.
find the tickets.
You'll find the tickets. And in terms of upcoming performances, well, I have a new album that's called And Then Again. It features my long-standing trio. We've been together for almost 30 years, Kenny
Wow.
Washington and Peter Washington and myself. And it's a live record, our second live record from the Village Vanguard, one of the premier jazz clubs in the world, as is Smoke Jazz Club. And that album's going to be out on August 16th, and we'll be at the Vanguard for a couple of weeks right after Labor Day. But for now, come on over to Smoke and come into my living room.
Your opulent living room. Bill Shar-Lap, thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Good luck to you. Break a leg at your remaining shows. And thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you very much. Delighted to be here with you.
All right, guys, we've got more New Jersey Morning Show coming up next. Stay with us. There's news and weather after this.